What's up, you big slimy goob balls? You know what fucking time it is? I'm the guest today. It's the Mr. Goblin takeover. Goblin's gonna yap. Let's fucking go.
Hey, it's Goblin. Are you ready to yap? Okay, listen. When I said you could do whatever you want, I was not expecting that.
I gotta be an enigma.
Yeah, you killed that. Good job.
Thanks. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Yeah. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So I'm Mr. Goblin.
You're my husband.
Yeah. I thought everybody knew that.
Well, just in case.
Okay.
They might not know what you look like. They know I have a husband, but...
Yeah. So I'm the husband. I'm Logan. Mr. Goblin. I'm only Mr. Goblin to like...
4 people.
Maybe 30 at most.
Yeah. Most people call you Logan.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Do you care?
Do I care what people call me?
Yeah.
Nope. Just don't call me late for dinner.
I knew you were going to say that.
What's up? What are we doing? What are we talking?
So the very first thing, I want to talk about our origin story because everybody, well, the people that know it is like, this is the best story ever, and the people...
Like when my parents used to love each other or what?
Okay.
Not that far back?
No, not that far back. Like our origin story.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, sir.
I was going to say, I don't remember that far back.
Yeah, you know. That was a while ago.
So what?
Our origin story. Okay, I'm gonna let you tell the story. I promise I won't interrupt you.
You always say that.
Okay, wait. I won't interrupt you while you're talking. But afterwards, I'm going to add anecdotes because you're gonna forget something.
Oh my god, dude. You do this every time
I know.
tell a story.
Yeah, but you don't say all the stuff.
Dude, I'm literally getting to the stuff.
Yeah, but
and
no.
You just like, brother,
What?
Who's driving this train?
It's my podcast.
Not today.
Okay, go ahead.
I can edit this to say whatever I want.
You can. You do have veto power on
All right. So, origin story. Do you want me to like before I was like on Tinder, like why was I on Tinder, that kind of thing?
Listen, you can go as deep as you want, but you better say all the cute stuff you did. You
I
always
will.
forget the cute stuff.
Well, because you like telling it better.
Oh, okay. So I tell it better. That's what we're telling everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Let me just start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I was moving out of my apartment. I had just got out of like a semi-long-term relationship, and I was packing up. I did not have a bed. I was literally sleeping on an air mattress. And I was on Tinder, and I came across this cute girl. She had pink hair and green eyes, and I swiped, and we matched. And the very first message I sent her, I didn't even say, hey. I didn't even say, like, how are you? Like, at that point, I was so fed up with Tinder because I have always had, like, terrible game. Like, I'm not good at, like, flirting or, like, like, I was never
Okay,
taught.
but you did really good with me.
Yeah, because I had hit that point of just, like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to send it. So, like, honestly, I was not expecting a message back because I never got messages back. And so I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to say something that's, like, so off the rails that at best, she thinks it's, like, kind of funny, kind of cute, whatever. At worst, she just says you're weird. And, like, whatever. I didn't care. So... So I sent the message, and it said, like one time when I was in the 5th grade, I got stuck on top of the monkey bars, and it took a teacher and a really tall kid to help get me down. So that's me. Tell me about you. And, you know, I felt like that was a vulnerable moment. I'm scared of heights. So I'm letting her know up front, you know, scared of heights. Let's not go on a really tall date.
A really tall date.
A really high up date. And so then I sent that, and then she immediately like matched and then responded and told me, like, basically responded like the same tone.
Yeah.
Of like, you told me a story about you breaking your.
Say my
What was your?
Okay, so like immediately he sends that, and I was on Tinder because I had just left a previous relationship, and I did not want another relationship. I was about to go to college. I just wanted to have fun. I wanted the intention, like whatever. But I got like 1,200 hays like every second. Like it was so.
Bro, being a girl on Tinder is like so easy.
Whatever. So I was getting a lot of haze and it was boring. And so when I read his message, I was like, oh, I love this. And so at the time, Logan had long hair. Like probably same as mine.
Yeah.
So like same as mine, he had long hair. His photos, he was a drummer in like a heavy metal band. He looked like rocker bad boy dude. And I was like smitten immediately. So then he sends that and I was like, oh, okay, like you're hot, weird, and also fun. Like it worked.
Perfect combo.
Literally. Hot and weird, that's what I need. And so I replied with one time in the second grade, I got my pinky stuck in a McDonald's slide and like broke it. Or what? Yeah, got my pinky stuck in a McDonald's slide and I had to get a full cast up to my elbow. And then that was it. I just sent it. I didn't say anything else.
And then we got married.
No.
No, and then like, yeah, we just like talked for literally like 2 days.
No,
maybe
you
3.
said, wait, hold on. You gotta finish the conversation. The conversation's the best part.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
I just said I like your hair.
Yeah,
and then
because
you said
it was bright pink.
And then you said I like yours too.
Yes.
And then you told me I should dye it.
I said you should dye it blue, and you said no.
Yeah, no. Never did.
No, never did. But yeah, that was that.
So then I moved out of that apartment, and then I was moving in with my brother, like just like north of where we were living. And come to find out, Goblin.
Don't say my name.
Goblin was moving like 5 minutes from where me and my brother were living. And then through, like, we figured that out just from, like, talking for a couple days. And then she revealed to me that she did not have her driver's license. So then I proceeded to drive, like, an hour and a half every time we wanted to hang out. And it was the best. And then...
I forgot our first date.
I'm getting there. So then we were, like, texting one night, and she was at work, I was at home.
This was before we had ever met in person.
And I asked her if she wanted to go on a date with me in a text message, and she didn't reply.
Mind you, we were, like, it was, like, every minute we were replying. Like, there was no...
Yeah, dude, my phone was on fire at
yeah,
that time.
Like, there was no pauses.
Yeah, so I asked her if she wanted to go on a date, and I was, like, so nervous. And and then she just, like, didn't reply. And I was like, oh, my God, I just fucked this up. Like, I jumped the gun. Like, I knew it was, like, too soon or whatever. Like, I did not know. Like, there was, like, a million things going through my head. And then she finally texts back.
No,
and it's like,
you texted again, and you said, if it's too
soon.
Yeah.
I backpedaled hard as fuck.
You backpedaled
And so
hard.
then she finally texts me back, and it's, like, all caps, and she's like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I was taking out the trash at work. Like,
I had gloves on. I was, like, the manager at my job, so I'm, like,
dumpster
gathering. Diva. Don't call me dumpster diva. The fuck?
It's endearing.
No, it's not. So I'm like grabbing all of like the trash. I've got gloves on. I was like not gonna touch my phone, and then I came back to that. I was like, this is the worst possible time for me to
crushed
break.
it. Oh yeah, and then of course she said yes.
Of course.
And then, so I picked you up at school.
Yes.
Not high school.
Not high school, college. We were at community.
Come on.
I was in
Grow
community
up.
college.
Grow up, people.
We were not in high school. Just because I didn't have my license does not mean I was 16.
That was a joke I was telling people
Listen to this insane shit. I didn't have my license. I actually didn't get my license until I was 26. I'm 28 now. But I didn't get my license until I was 26. So I didn't have one then. And
dude, I was telling all of my friends.
Dude,
I was like, I met this girl on Tinder. She's super cute. And unfortunately, she doesn't have her driver's license. And then I would just like hold it for a little bit. And because they would like look at me like weird. I'd be like, yeah, she's 16. Like, very fucking inappropriate joke.
Psycho.
Listen, I've grown up. I don't think that joke is funny anymore.
Yes, you
and
do.
I'm ashamed of it.
No, yes.
And I'm sorry. And you shouldn't think it's funny either. You goober. Anyways,
you came and picked me up.
I came and picked you up at school, college, not high school. And you had to tell your mom that we met at school.
Oh, yeah.
I
lied, for sure.
Yeah, because we didn't want to be like...
I said that I met you on Tinder, but I had already known you from school.
Yeah, which makes no sense at all.
Yes, it does. We met at school, and then we were on Tinder, and we matched on Tinder.
I mean, if
Whatever.
Anybody puts any ounce of thought into that, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, cool.
So then I pick you up, and I don't think I like told you what we were doing, did I? I just kind of like picked you up, and like I had plans.
Yeah, you just told me what I should wear.
Yeah.
Like you just said, chill.
Wasn't fancy.
No. It was like perfect. Anyway.
So we went to my favorite Thai restaurant since closed down. And then after that, at the Thai restaurant, you ate no food.
I knew you were going to bring this
dude,
up.
of course I am.
I thought you were going to go
dude,
and
no.
I was like, yes.
No way, dude. I'm outing you so hard.
Okay, why didn't I eat anything?
I don't know.
Oh, you liar. Every time. I was so nervous. Like, okay, you guys know how loud and obnoxious I am. I was quiet.
Brother, she was like this. I was like, so how's school? Like, what do you do? It's good.
No way! I did not. Shut up. I was very nervous.
Yeah, she was so nervous, and she didn't eat any food. Didn't even take it to go, either.
I didn't?
No.
Yes.
No. No chance, dude. No chance. No chance, dude. You left a full plate at the Thai restaurant that doesn't even exist anymore.
He's never, ever going to let me live this down.
Dude, they're welcome. They're welcome that I paid for a full plate.
Whatever. You're so annoying.
So then after that, we were going to go to this arcade that is like right down the street from where that restaurant is. And they were closed that day. And so then we went to Main Event. And yeah, I drank beer at Main Event.
He asked me.
I did. I asked permission because I didn't like...
I
don't
was
know.
20 at the time, so I wasn't legal.
Yeah.
And then you were 20. You had just turned 21 the year before. And so, like, you asked me if you could...
Yeah, I wanted to be respectful.
So
and I don't know, like, I also needed to gauge, like, if you're comfortable with beer, because if you weren't, that shit was not going to work.
Look at his hat, you guys. Look at his hat. Oh, you can't see it behind him. He has a Shiner tab. I mean, I got you that, but...
Yeah, so I had
had no problem with alcohol. I just was not legal.
Yeah, so drank beer, and then we played some arcade games.
Crushed you in piano tiles.
It's not a competition.
Always is, actually.
Piano tiles is not a competitive game.
Yes, it is.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure I kicked your ass at air hockey.
Okay, whatever. Let me have this one thing.
Piano tiles, dude? That's what you want? You want piano tiles?
Yes.
All right, you can have piano tiles.
Thank you.
So then, after we went to main event, we went to... Did we go to the outlet mall?
Yeah, right after.
Yeah, I think so.
Did we do
was that a
Buc-ee's
different date?
before or Tanger? No, we did. We went to Tanger, but I don't know if we did Buc-ee's or like which order.
I think Buc-ee's was last.
Okay.
So Texas of us.
I know. So Texas of us.
Yeah, and then we sat in my car for like 2 hours.
Yeah, listening to music.
And your mom was like freaking out.
She said, "Are you alive? I think it's time to come home."
Yeah.
Because mind you, it had been like 6 hours at this point.
Yeah, it was a really long date. And then...
It's like 3 p.m. to like 9 p.m. when she texted me.
Yeah.
I was still living at home at the time.
So then we drove home, and on the way home, I asked if I could hold your hand.
Which, okay, the entire date, he did not touch me. He did not, like...
When you say it like that, that sounds like...
Sexual?
Weird.
He didn't...
He did not touch me.
Oh my God. He didn't, like, hug me. He didn't hold my hand. No grazing of my... Nothing. Like, there wasn't any, like, physical... anything. And
Dude,
so...
At that point, I hadn't been on a first date in, like, 7 years, maybe. Like, 6 years.
Also, like, he hasn't said it one time. He was nervous, too. That's why he got beer. Because he was nervous. So...
Yeah, but also I like beer.
Whatever. But yeah, so he didn't, like... There wasn't any, like, physical anything. And we just talked about...
How, like... I didn't know how physical you're either supposed to be or allowed to be on a first date, dude. This was like peak Me Too movement.
You always say this.
Brother, it was like top of mind. I was like, dude, I'm going to get canceled if I like...
Try to hold my hand?
If I be weird on a first date, I don't know.
God, you weren't weird. Anyways, so there was just like no physical contact. And so I wasn't sure because literally we're walking through this outlet mall and I am like purposely like tripping into him.
I'm like, damn, this girl clumsy.
I like hit his hand, like the back of his hand multiple times. And he was just like, damn, fucking klutz, dude.
Yeah.
And so then we were in the car listening to music. We get back on the road and he turns the music down and he goes, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Can I hold your hand?" And I said, "Yeah." And then I held your hand real cute, like, and then you dropped me off. And that was the end of the date.
Yep. And then 3 days later, we went on a second date. And then I said that you should just be my girlfriend while we were watching a movie.
We were watching this movie, and I just wanted to kiss him, obviously. Obviously.
I still wasn't sure if I could.
You're so adorable. We held hands that day, but we were watching this movie, and I'm like, I'm laying in your bed right now. Like, we can't...
I was like, bro, I'm trying to show you this sick-ass movie.
Yeah, he will never let me live down the fact that I did not give the movie Her, which he loves the movie Her, that I did not give the movie Her enough attention on that date. And I was like, I'm so sorry that I wanted to kiss you. Whatever. So then I kissed him first. I did. And then I stopped kissing him and he goes, "You should just be my girlfriend." And I said, "Are you asking me or telling me?" And what did you say?
I said both.
Good job.
Yeah. And then...
It was really hot. I want you to know.
And then I don't remember how many days after that did I say I love you.
So the first day was on a Wednesday. That was on a Saturday. And then like the following like Tuesday, you told me that you loved me.
Yeah. And you said thanks.
Yeah. I sure did. I sure did say thanks.
Yeah.
And then I told you the next day. So
you did, yeah. Yeah. And then, And then we moved in together after being together for 5 months.
He was like 4. May, June, July, August? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 4 months. Yeah. And then we've lived together ever since.
That was in 2018. So cute.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for having me. Sick.
Yeah. That was so cute. That's our origin story. I love that story. You did really good.
Thank you.
I did interrupt you quite a bit.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Yeah. I'm not sorry about it. This is who you married.
I know. I know.
Okay. So tell the class what you do.
So I run a video production company. That's my full-time job. I've been doing it for like 3 years. And I just make videos for like businesses and nonprofits and stuff.
Okay, how did that start?
So when we first started dating, I was going to film school at, or I guess is that doxing myself if I say where it was?
You went there for a year.
Yeah, I was there for 2 semesters. But while I was going there, or like right before I started there or something, I told you that I had written a short film. And I had a camera, but I hadn't really like shot anything.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
What did you have?
I had the Canon T3i. That was my first camera.
Why did we shoot on mine? Was mine better? I'm like getting ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
So yeah, I hadn't really like shot anything. I just like played around with my camera a little bit. And so then I told you that I wrote the script and you were like, let's make it. And I was like, I don't know what that means. So then like, I don't know, that's a long story in itself, but basically we did make it and we like figured it out. And then after that, like I just like shot some music videos, and like you were a photographer, and so I would pretty much like come to all of your shoots and was like shooting behind the scenes stuff and some stuff with the models, but nothing, I don't know, nothing like, it was just like all visual, like, I don't know. It was very, there was no plot to anything I was shooting.
It was just cutesy.
And, so I did that. And then in 2019, we had started working with this guy. His name was Dean. And we were working with Dean.
Love Dean.
And he was like a wizard at audio. And at the time, I was just like, I had no interest in audio, and I thought that I could get by without ever doing it in my life. And so Dean, like, we would just like bring him on all these shoots, and he was like shooting shorts with us, and then we started like, I guess just like freelancing and like trying to like do it for businesses, but quickly realized it was not the same, and it was like way different. And then, but we were still just like all in.
Oh, for sure.
and we were gonna just like quit our jobs and do it. and then you did quit your job, and 2 weeks later COVID hit, which sucks because like, dude, I think about this all the time. We were like literally like the week after COVID hit, we were supposed to shoot at a brewery. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, we
Dude,
were.
I'm still so salty about that because that brewery was sick as fuck.
Yes.
And we were going to shoot with them. But then COVID happened and we never got to shoot with them. And then that brewery closed
It's the one,
forever.
The one that's now...
Yeah, it's like something, I don't even know what it is now. But it was like Armadillo Brewing or something.
Oh my God, we were.
Yeah, that was like going to be like our first like client.
Like we really put in so much. Like we had a podcast going for that production company. Like you and Dean were going to keep working. And then I was going to like full send this. And then it was just like immediately stop. Like we had so many things booked. Like we were children. We didn't have deposits paid or anything, but we had like...
I don't even know if they were like... I mean, we didn't have so many things, maybe a couple.
But it was
But I don't think they were like paying even.
The Armadillo one was.
No.
It wasn't?
No, it was something we were going to do for free.
God, we are the worst.
That's how you have to do it. I mean, even still, like I believe in like free work. And like at that time especially, like we had... no portfolio.
No, we really didn't.
And so it was like, I don't know, like I think we were going to do some kind of a trade where like maybe they gave us some free beer or free food or something. And like then we get like this sick portfolio piece and then we can like Yeah, but I mean either way it was like the first time that somebody had like said yes, like you can, like you can do this for us or whatever. And then and then COVID.
And I couldn't get another job.
Yeah.
Like, I could not. It, like, no. I applied to so many places. And we were about to move out. Like, literally, it was, like...
Into a new apartment.
That was, like, more money and whatever. And we couldn't do that. So
it was more money then, but...
Oh, my God.
Dude, now... I think about that. I'm like, dude, that apartment was so cheap.
Being able to pay $1,300 for an apartment.
Yeah, wasn't it a 2-bedroom?
Yes, it was a 2-bedroom. The living room was like gigantic.
Yeah, it had like a huge island in the kitchen. Yeah.
And I like, oh my God, I wanted that apartment so bad. And it was only $1,300. And at the time, we're like, oh, we can't afford that. That's so much money.
Well, because I had just gotten a job. It was like my first, I guess, like real job.
Yes. You did.
And
I was like, what are you talking about? Yes.
Yeah, it was like my first like restaurant like job. I had like an actual title. It was like I was like a marketing specialist.
Yeah.
For like a music school. And so in like that job, it was like I was still getting paid hourly, but it was like the most money I had ever made at the time.
Yeah.
And so I was going to just like keep that job while we tried to like freelance on the side, which like looking back, like knowing what I know now, it's like that never would have worked.
No.
Because like I was working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It's like my job now is like mostly Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So it's like you can't.
Yeah.
Like no clients were gonna shoot on the weekends, which like I totally thought was gonna happen.
Yeah. I think that's a lot with like going from a, corporate or like normal job into something like freelancing or owning your own business. It's you want so bad to try and like double dip before you can get into it. But you have to full send it. I mean, we tried. That happened in 2020. We ended up having to like live with my mom for 6 months, and then we both got like pizza jobs. Like I was
Yeah.
a server and
I was delivering pizzas. Yeah.
And that's what we did. And we were like, no, it's okay. Like we'll do this and then we'll do creative stuff outside of it. And it's like, yeah, I like shot some photos and I went on like some film sets, but it like, my job was I am a server at this pizza place and like that was my focus. And I had to ask to go work on a film set, right? Like, and
it takes so much out of you.
Yes.
Like to work your job. Like it is hard. Like it's hard. Especially like if you're like pursuing a creative thing outside of your job, it's like the reward, like you have to be okay with the reward just being the fact that you got to do the thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you're like creative stuff on the side just doesn't pay.
Right.
It doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah. And I think like clients in general, I mean, I think this is just something that we've learned with how long we've been doing this. Clients in general, when they see somebody who's doing it on the side, they're a lot less likely to choose that person unless you're going to do it for free. If you approach a client as like, I'm a business, this is what I do full time, this is everything that I exist with, and then like they're much more likely to, you know, like respect that endeavor.
Yeah, like they take you seriously.
Yes, that's exact. Yeah, they take you seriously rather than like, oh, yeah, like I can meet after 6 p.m. on this time, and then like only on Saturdays. And I'm not saying it can't be done because it can. We've done it.
Yeah, and it definitely depends on the genre
of
or
course.
like your like whatever your creative thing is. Yeah, and then after was delivering pizzas for a while, then I got another marketing job at an agency. And that job changed my life for good in the beginning and then for bad at the end. We don't have to talk about all that because I know you talked about that on another episode. Yeah. Yeah, so...
He fired me a month before our wedding. I ended up working.
I just said we're not going to talk about that because you already talked about it.
Well, not everybody watches every
It's your birthday. We're not talking about that guy on your birthday.
Okay, whatever.
So... at that job though, like that was like my primary function of that job was shooting videos. And so I think I developed a lot of bad habits, but I also like grew the most in that time, I think. And then like, yeah, after you got fired, then it was just like full time immediately, like after we got married.
Yeah, we like I got fired a month before our wedding, and then he like put in his 2 weeks, and so by the time we got married, like we both didn't have jobs, and we had been doing like stuff on the side to supplement like affording the wedding.
Yeah.
But also like it was a gray area because we were doing the thing that our job offer.
Yeah.
And so we were double dipping hard, and
there was no non-compete in place.
Yeah, there was no non-compete. So
Not
and
our
also
fault.
we suck, so I don't care. But we were doing that, and it was really hard. Like it was a very, very hard time to balance both things, and there wasn't a lot of sleep at the time.
Yeah, especially like I don't know, even kind of a little bit before you got fired, like we were still trying to, you know, cover some expenses, and like I'm okay to admit this now because I don't like it doesn't matter anymore. But like I was taking meetings on like work hours that I was like working at this agency, but I was taking meetings for like our business, like on the side. Like I remember like even there was a couple times where I like drove to like I took a lunch break and like drove to like downtown Dallas and like for a meeting. And it was like, I don't know, like it was like, I don't know, even for a meeting. And like I remember like even there was a couple times where I like drove to like I took a lunch break and like drove to like downtown Dallas and like for a meeting. And like I remember like even there was a couple times where I like drove to like I took a lunch break and like drove to like downtown Dallas and like for a meeting. And like that was like so mentally draining. And like, because even, I mean, I don't know, like I feel like I'm the type of person that is like I committed to this thing, and so like I owe it to the person I committed to like do a good job. And so like I was like feeling weird about it, but I also knew like I had to do it to make the money. And then after you got fired, it was like, well, I've got to do it because I've got to have something like after after I leave this place, like yeah, there had to be something there.
Yeah, I think it was just like survival mode, you know? Like, I feel like we were just like in this constant survival mode of like, and honestly, we've been doing, it'll almost be 8 years. I don't know if we have been outside of that survival mode until like maybe right now. Like,
you think right now?
Do you think we're still in survival mode?
No, I think we got out of survival mode. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess it depends on how you're defining survival mode, because
the way my brain calms down.
That'll never happen. That'll literally never happen for you.
But I think, like, at the agency, we were in heavy survival mode. I think we were trying to figure out how to exist as our own people, but also, like, fulfill this job that was, like, extremely draining, and also, like, wasn't valuing, like, our creativity, but also, like, our input into the role. Yeah. And it was really hard because it was a tiny team, and for 2 of the 4 people that were there to not be kind of like heard, it was really hard. And
there was a lot of burnout.
So much burnout.
Yeah.
So much burnout. I mean, before that job, I photographed how often?
Yeah, like all the time.
All the time. Like, I had a model at our apartment like once a month, if that, you know, like. And then that job happened, and I don't think I have photographed the same since. And that's crazy to me. Like, I've been a photographer since 2012, and then that job, like, it stripped my, like, you know, like...
Yeah. I think also, like, I think maybe, yes, like, I would say that's probably true, like, in the beginning. But I think, like, you've fulfilled yourself creatively, like, in like a million different ways since then.
Oh, absolutely. No, for sure.
Like, I would say that, like, yeah, your identity was wrapped up in like being a photographer.
Yeah.
Like, for a big portion of, like, at least us being together.
Yeah.
But then, like,
and I before mean, you, like, it's been
my
identity piece for most of my life.
Yeah, but I would say, like, there was a transition period where, like, that was no longer true. Right,
yeah. And then, obviously, that's where I got into, like, graphic design more. I had dabbled in it before, but graphic design more. And then, during that time, I didn't do anything creative outside of that job.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't.
Yeah, no.
And I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't have anything until I started reading.
Yeah.
And I truly, like, that is when I started reading, because I didn't have anything else. Like, we had moved. So the people that I knew in that other area, like, we had moved. So, like, around, again, didn't have a car, right? So I didn't have anything to do in that space. Or here, where we are right now. But yeah, I found reading, and I think that has changed both of our lives, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Because you've had hobbies our whole relationship. Well, your whole life. Like, you are a hobby guy.
Yeah.
Like, you're a collector. You've been in bands your whole life. Like, like, you dabble in outside of the 9 to 5.
Yeah, for sure. Know? Yeah, definitely. I grew up, like, skateboarding, and a big part of, like, skateboard culture is, like, music, but then also just, like, this counterculture mentality of like not conforming, I guess. It sounds so cringy because it's like I'm about to be 30 and it's like I can't live life that way anymore. So
You do though.
I mean, kind of, but also like
you're a corporate counterculture.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I am. But yeah, I guess like I did always have hobbies or like something outside of I don't know.
But I never did.
Yeah.
Like our entire 8 years. I mean, like, again, I had photography, but that wasn't like a hobby for me. It was I do this thing with somebody else and then I deliver a product, right? Like I didn't have something that was just like, I do this for the joy of collecting and owning something.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, obviously, you've always loved movies. Peep behind
How
him.
can you tell?
Do you know the count right now?
No.
It's like over 300 DVDs, and that's not including his VHS tapes. You're so cool. But I've never collected anything. I moved around a lot as a kid, and so like tangible things didn't really have a big impact on me. Like I'm the kid that like threw away birthday cards, and like I didn't collect anything. I have this like tiny little box. It's so stupid, but I have this like box in our garage, and like that's my like memorabilia of my childhood, and it all like and it all fits in this tiny little box. And like that's just always what has made sense to me in my like childhood bedroom. I disassembled my bed frame and like got rid of it and like just had a mattress so that I could put my mattress in my room and that my room would be completely empty. Like I've never been like a tangible girl. And so starting reading and then starting collecting books has been a very like healing thing for me to like be able to have things. Like obviously my shelf is really full, but like giving myself the permission to like take up that space and like it's not gonna go away. And I think that is a big reason why I didn't collect or why I didn't like do hobbies, because I was like, well, we're gonna leave anyway, or oh, I'm gonna move, and then like am I gonna have a place for that, you know? So I think that was always a really hard thing for me. But then once I started reading, I was like, oh, like it's okay, like I can keep a book, which turned into all of this. And of course, as the kind of human that I am, I immediately said, how can I turn this into a monetary endeavor?
That's sick. I love it.
I think that's just like how our brains work though. Both of us have never, like our goal, our whole relationship at least, and for me before that, and I know for you before that as well, like the goal has always been to work for ourselves.
Dude, I used to, whenever I was a kid, like between the ages of like 9 and 12, I used to draw pictures and I would stand outside of my house at a table and like try and sell them for $1. Like I would draw like comic strips.
Dude, I don't know this story. That's so
dude, yeah,
cool.
straight up. I used to like a lemonade stand,
yes.
but not
with pictures.
Yeah, but was selling like shit that I drew. Like,
dude,
I don't think I ever sold anything. Like, but
okay.
I would like literally stand there and like try and hawk these things. And then like I collected Pokemon when I was like really little, and like I would literally do the same thing: set up a table outside and sell Pokemon cards that I didn't want, and like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like at the table in my driveway.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I like I don't consider that entrepreneurial, but I guess like that's the origins of that is like I don't know. I was always told growing up like you can't do the thing unless you can learn to make money from it. Like it, you know?
Yeah.
And like everybody, like it's like whenever I was in high school, like I wanted to like go on tour with my band, and like that's all I wanted to do with my life. And people would ask me like, what are you going to do after school? And I would always tell them like, oh, I've got my band, like we're going to go on tour. And they would be like, you can't do that, like, unless you make money. Like, otherwise, like, you're just wasting time. Yeah. I'd be like, all right, fuck. Like, then I'll figure out how to make money. Mm-hmm. And so then it, like, yeah, and then from there you learn, like, how to print T-shirts, and then how much to sell T-shirts for, and then how to record music, and then how to print CDs, and how to sell CDs, and all of that. And then you realize, yeah, you can't make any money from it after all of that. But yeah, like, I guess it's just like, if I, like, to me, what clicked was like, I want nothing else in this world but to do this thing that I love. And so I'm going to figure out how to make money from it out of spite. But then I'm also going to make more money than anybody else at it out of spite, and show all those people that said, hey, you can't do that. You have to go to college. You have to go work in finance or whatever. And you have to like get a boring job at a cubicle. And that's the only way you can like live life and make money. Mm-hmm. So that's not true.
I think we both, like, I didn't have a band, or I did not go outside and try.
Listen, I barely had a band.
Whatever. Yes, you did. But I think like when I found photography, it was my freshman year of high school. I was like, this is it. Like, this is what I'm doing, and nobody's going to tell me that I'm not doing anything else. And I had so many teachers, and I was that shit ass kid that was like, I don't need math, I'm gonna be a photographer. Like, I don't care about any of this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I did totally say that a lot. I hated school.
I hated school too, but I knew there was no way out of it. Yeah. So I just like, I didn't.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Because I said that so many times, and I was like so sure of myself. Like, I had math teachers who like would just like help me a lot and would just like pass me. And that's why my last year of math, that teacher did not help me, and I had an 18 in that class. So, do your math school.
Do your math school.
Do your math school. Don't listen to me. But I think like that was it. Like, I had teachers so many times tell me like, you're not going to make any money with photography. You have to go into graphic design. Or no, you're not going to make any money. Like, you need to go into marketing. Mm-hmm. You're not going to make any money. You need to go into PR or whatever. Which
like to a certain extent, they are right. It's just in the delivery, they're wrong.
Right.
Like, their delivery is wrong, but actually, yeah, they are right.
I know.
Like,
if
you, yeah, it sucks that they're right. But they, like, it's like.
But I also think, like, telling that to a kid is not productive.
Yeah, no way. Like not at all.
14, I don't need to be told, like, all of my hopes and dreams are not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, when I started photography, I was in this really crazy cusp of when I was doing it, and it was like right when Instagram started, and so like I was in this crazy bubble, and I had such a huge following, and I grew it so fast, and I was doing stuff that like high schoolers were not doing. Like, I was doing very, very artistic photography. Like, still to this day, I'll look at some of those works and I'm like, God, that was so cool. Like, mm-hmm. I'm so impressed with my like 14, 15, 16-year-old brain to like come up with those concepts, because it was all me. Like, I was just like, hey, you're pretty. I need you to do this very specific thing, right? And I had the audacity to like ask these random people in my school to do all of that stuff. And I resent the idea that I couldn't have done it full time, because if I were to have gotten more like encouragement that like, yes, you could do that if you did it XYZ way, I fully believe that I could have been a full-time photographer by the time I was 18.
Yeah.
But because every person that I told that to, it was like, no, the fuck you cannot. Absolutely not. You're not making any money. I quit.
Yeah.
I absolutely quit photography. I deleted my everything on my account. And mind you, this is like if I were to have stuck with it, I probably would have had like 15,000 followers easily because of the trajectory I was at. Like I was surpassing very like big names in the photography world, and I just stopped. I stopped because I didn't get any motivation from it. Yeah. And it wasn't seen as a job. It was seen as, oh, your little thing that you do. Yeah, yeah. And
that's probably the hardest part about like pursuing something creative.
Yeah.
Is like people don't take it seriously, which like I think maybe on one hand I'm a little bit cynical about that, where it's like why should they? You know, like they don't, it's not their job to, like they don't have to. Yeah. Like to me, I feel like that's probably that's an unfair expectation to have, is that somebody should take it seriously because I want them to, but I haven't shown them why they should. It's like I'm the combative creative that's like, I'm going to do this thing, fuck you. And they're like, well, that's not even a real thing. It's like, well, I kind of came at this a little heated. You know, that interaction is like people don't owe you that. And that's where I was going somewhere that I completely forgot where I was going. The hardest part, about like pursuing something creative is like people don't take it seriously, but like they really don't have to. Yeah. Like if you're pursuing something creative, it should be for you. Mm-hmm. But if you want to make money from it, that's like a whole other thing. 'Cause it's like just being a creative doesn't entitle you to somebody paying you for your creative thing. That's probably one of the hardest conversations to have as a creative and with creatives, is that like you're not entitled money for your work just because you spent time on it. You're entitled money for your work if your work helps somebody else and like solves a problem for somebody else.
I disagree, but that's fine.
That's okay. I would love to hear why you disagree.
Yeah, that's fine. Go.
I think that creating art for the sake of art is fantastic. And there is like obviously like the enjoyment of art, like you don't have to, doesn't always have to be for free for the enjoyment of art. But if if you're a creative and you want people to pay you for your work, like just the singular act of creating that thing does not entitle you to be paid for your work. I think you're entitled to your expression. Absolutely. I think everybody is entitled to their own expression. Create the art because you want to create the art. But expecting somebody to pay money for it just because you created it, that's where I think the conversation gets a little bit muddy.
That's fair. Yeah, because I think like I see this conversation on like threads and stuff about books, right? Like you can write a book. You can absolutely write a book. You can write a book the exact way that you want to write the book. Yeah. And you should. Mm-hmm. You should never write for somebody else. Like you are writing for what your enjoyment is, whatever. Yeah. But if you are not getting that book in front of people, if you are not like marketing that book, if you are not putting in the time, because again, it's really not easy, but it's easy to create something. Yeah. It's easy to pour your soul into something. It's easy to decide I want to photograph something. It's easy to do all of these things. What is not easy is getting people to listen to you, getting people to buy in to you. It's not easy to, like turn that art into a sale. Yeah. And you have to sell that. You've got to figure out what is your pull, what is your niche, what is the reason that people are reading your book, watching your art.
And that's what I mean by like you have to solve a problem for somebody for them to pay you money. Because even like somebody wanting to pick up your book and read it, it does solve a problem for them. It solves an emotional problem. It can solve a mental problem for them. It can I edit every single one of your podcasts, so I hear all of the conversations you have about how books help people work through emotions. It helps them work through past trauma. That's solving a problem for somebody. And so that's when I feel like, you are entitled to pursue like some kind of financial compensation for your art because like you're solving a problem for somebody. That's what I mean by that. Like,
yeah. I think that word is kind of like key. It's like you're entitled to pursue the financial thing, but you're not entitled to the financial until you pursue it, you don't wake up one day and then you have a bunch of readers. You don't wake up one day and you have a bunch of people following your art account. You don't wake up one day and whatever. The people who have gone viral have done the work to go viral, right? The people who have so much success have done the work to have that success. It's very easy to see somebody online, whether that is the comics that are now on SNL just from posting, not just, I don't mean the word just, but like from posting TikToks and getting their name out there, or the authors who are now traditionally published or whatever it is, or like the videographers on Instagram and TikTok that are now doing nationwide commercials for brands. The reason that they are in those positions now is because they pursued the full-time job of this. They put in the work and the effort and the time to like make this be a real job and not just I want to do this, so I did it, here you go, pay me.
The best way to not be a starving artist is to also not be an entitled one.
Ooh.
Tea.
Clock it.
So, you don't have to starve for your art.
No.
Like if you want to, but if you want to not starve for your art, like you have to be willing to die to certain things. It's like being a professional creative is all about like ego death. And
so much
and like not even just on like a level of criticism or like taking criticism, like you have to like it's ego death in all spheres. I
think that's a big one, like understanding. And what we mean by like ego death is like, I can think my photography, my fan fictions, my posts, whatever, I can think all of the things that I create are perfect in my eyes at that time, right? But that doesn't mean everybody else does, and that's okay. And it's the same thing with a book, it's the same thing with a movie, it's the same thing with everything else. It is okay to have people that don't like your shit, and it's gonna happen. There is not a single thing in the world, I don't think, that every single person enjoys. It's just not a thing, right? Like, we are made as humans to exist in the way that we like things, and it's not always going to be universal, and that's okay. And I think like when you are struggling with, I made this really good story, like why aren't people reading it? It's like, it's okay. Like that a good story doesn't automatically equal folly. Like some of the books that I have read that have been the best books of my life, they do not have like any credibility.
Yeah.
And I, you know, like what are
but there still has to be like a level of palatability. Like a conversation I have a lot in like the video space is that like there are some really good camera people, like people that are just so talented with their camera, but the style that they produce content in is just not palatable for a brand or for a lot of brands.
Oh, interesting.
So it's like if you like in the camera space or like the video space, we always are talking about like a video that looks good isn't that's not the only
thing you're looking at.
Yeah, that's not the only like metric to measure, because like a video can look great but say nothing. And businesses are hiring us to say something with a video. And so it's like there has to be a ratio of creativity and art, but also palatability for not just the brand to be able to consume it or like a business to be able to consume it, but their audience. And if like it's just like, I guess like the simplest ratio is that like the more people you want to consume your thing, the more palatable you're going to have to make it.
I think that's true for video for sure.
I mean, I think it can be true in all kinds of things, like music, especially. It's like pop music is pop music because it's palatable. Like it's the most popular genre with the most money in it because it's the most palatable to the biggest like mass of people. Like I mean, same thing with like books, you know. It's like there's certain series that we will not mention that are very palatable, and they're a lot of people's gateway drug into, you know, additional like fantasy and romance and all of that. But they're like very palatable and they're popular because they have those elements of palatability with maybe a little bit less creativity than an indie series. But I don't know. Like maybe that's just like an outsider's perspective.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting take of like an outsider's perspective, and I think it's kind of like two sides of the same coin. Like, yes, it's the palatability. It's easy, right? Like there isn't that much like level of disbelief that you have to go through to get to this, especially if you've never read fantasy, if you've never read romance. Like it's an easy, just like whatever. But on top of that, it's accessible. And I think that is a factor that I don't think is like mentioned, because like palatability is fine and like this story is whatever, it's easy to consume, but it's also accessible everywhere.
But does it not get accessibility through palatability? Because some of those channels are going to be more open to others based on how easy it is for the consumers to consume.
Yes, but I also think that there are a lot of like channels that are blocked from things. Like it's hard. It's really hard when you're talking about like an indie book that like you can't just. It could be like the most, you know, palatable series, right? It could be perfect. It could be super easy to read, super easy to like get into. Perfect.
Yeah.
But if it's not accessible, nobody knows about it. So it could have all of the right quote unquote
So there's like gatekeepers involved and monetary hurdles.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
So like you have the 5 main authors in the romance space, not just fantasy, but also just regular romance. And like those are the same people all getting commercial deals. And it's like I haven't read a single like Emily Henry book or watched any of the movies, but like I think it's like 3 of her books that are being turned into movies.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, Colleen Hoover has too. Also, haven't read or watched any of those, but like to me, that's insane because we have like so many stories. We have so many stories.
Yeah.
And we are taking 5 of them from white romance authors.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
then
like,
there's
I
that
get
level
what you're
of
saying.
the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And like the puppet masters.
Exactly. And so it's like, I get it.
Sure.
I totally do. But it doesn't matter the palatability. It doesn't matter any of that when Colleen Hoover's shelves in every bookstore are the biggest ones. And you're like, why? Like, who reads? I mean, granted, I'm sure people do. But like in my sphere, I'm like, who reads those books? Because I don't. You know? Like, I don't. And all of the people in my ecosystem don't, you know?
Yeah.
And the people, like, whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, that makes a ton of sense. Yeah, it's like there's
so much more nuance to it because indies have such hurdles to get through. And also, not just indies, Black authors, like, Hispanic authors, like, all like, Latina authors, like, everything. Like, outside of the 5 main white authors, like, you could list all 5 of them right now. Yeah. Outside of those 5, like, people aren't getting those opportunities. Yeah. Even if people are like, we want this, like, look at how excited we are for Heated Rivalry, right? But is there any other queer stories out there? No. Are there any other queer stories that are not the butt of the joke? No. And it's like, it's really hard because, like, thank God for Jacob Tierney deciding, like, fuck you, I'm going to go to Canada and I'm going to make it myself. But, like, that's the thing. He came here. He came to the U.S. He tried to sell it to a streaming service, and every single one of them was like, red tape, nope. Yeah. And then look what it did. It beat Breaking Bad. Yeah. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, when romance is constantly being told, that's not a genre that sells. Women don't go to the movies. Like, all of that kind of stuff. Women don't sell. Like, we're a $1 trillion industry, you know? And so I understand, like, the idea of palatability. It's easy, it's accessible, whatever. But, like, that's the difference.
Yeah, I think that's the surface level. And then there's, like, third parties that are involved that change the trajectory.
What is that gigantic section of her books and the other ones, you know? It's like, that's it. That's all that's there. And you're like, there's so, like, I could fill this with so many amazing series from BIPOC authors, from, like, queer stories. Like, there's so many. Yeah. But because they are not given the same, like, recognition and
it's like a turned blind eye to any other author type.
It's like if you look at the ratings, right? Like, who got number 1, whatever, and all, you know, like, we pull for those stories. Like, we do. Yeah. And the fact that it's not reflecting in, like, who's getting booked at, or not booked, that's not what I mean. Who's getting, like, placed at a Barnes & Noble. Who is getting, like, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think it's a conversation that's not necessarily talked about enough, that the accessibility is the problem. The 5 main publishers are the problem. That they're
You should start a podcast to bring them down.
The one I'm on right now?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Goblin Press's imprint coming soon. I'm just kidding. Okay, I want to touch on one thing. I know this has been so long, but I do want to touch on...
The goobs will love it.
I hope so. I want to touch on burnout. Because I think you and I are both creatives, and I think that is creatives that work for themselves. Because this is new. We are working for ourselves, but in separate jobs. I'm a developmental editor. This is what I do full time. But I think we as creatives are much more likely to experience burnout in the space.
Yeah.
And I dealt with that a lot last year, and it's why I don't do logo and brandings anymore. But yeah, I want to hear about your take on burnout.
Just my general take.
Well, like I think I'd love to know, like, you experiencing me going through burnout, like what you do to combat your burnout.
Yeah, I think I don't think being a creative is like an exclusive thing with burnout.
No. It's not exclusive. It can be anybody, for sure.
Yeah, because I like just from the like my experience in the agency world, and like I was recently at a life insurance convention.
Ew.
It was for a job. I was paid to be there. And I think that demographic and any kind of industry where there's like a big hustle culture, I think is prone to burnout.
God, I mean, I just keep trying to think, like, what industry doesn't have that right now?
Yeah.
I think it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yeah. So I think, like, what was your question? How do I combat it?
Yeah.
And like, what is it like experiencing your partner going through it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the ways that I have found, I didn't find it, I didn't discover it, I was taught it, was a really strong way that I enjoy combating burnout is through gratitude, and using gratitude in like a journalistic sense, not just like walking around and just saying you're grateful for stuff, like actually writing about it and being really intentional with practicing gratitude. When we first got engaged, I was working at the agency, and I was going through heavy burnout. I was also going through heavy like identity crisis. Like, I didn't think I wanted to be there anymore. I didn't think I wanted to like do that job anymore. And like there was a lot of elements and aspects involved there. And I had gone to like a networking type thing. And there was like a speaker there, and she was a business coach, and she had talked about like using.
Oh, I love her.
Yes, we love her. She had talked about using gratitude to beat burnout.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up staying after the talk, and like everybody had left, and I had talked to her and kind of just like went a little deeper on like what she was talking about. And she ended up gifting me a gratitude journal that's like laid out specifically for it just guides you on, how to write about it. Mm-hmm. And that was really helpful, because I think what it does is shifts your perspective away from all of the stuff that's so bad and going so wrong, mm-hmm. and so negative, and it forces you to focus on these things, no matter how big or small they are, these things that you actually appreciate in your life. And like, you can talk all day about like energies and manifesting and all of that, but it's like, it just goes back to like, your life garden will grow like where you water it. Mm-hmm. And so every day I was like writing in this journal and like forcing myself to focus on these things that I'm grateful for. And slowly I started realizing like I'm pulling myself out of this burnout. And like burnout can look so different depending on who you are,
yeah.
it can look different for me at different times, you know? So I think that's one way that I've found that can help to combat burnout is just like practicing intentional gratitude. And it like, and not in like a woo woo way, but like a real like human way.
Yeah. I think at the time when you got into like gratitude journaling and stuff, I was so like anti thinking about feelings and just like I didn't want anything to do with that. And I was also in a very bad place at that job. And so like you working through that, in my head I was like, don't like, love that for you, don't make me do that shit. Like I hate that. I don't want anything to do with that because in my head, like it felt so fake. Like it felt so fake to me to be like, I love the sky. And like, I know that's not what it is.
Yeah.
But in my head, that's like what I manifested as. Like, it's so pretty outside and blah, 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 blah. And I think I just didn't have a good basis for that. And I was so just like angry at the world. I mean, I've been an angry girl at the world for most of my life. But I think like through Bookstagram and also just like through kind of like gaining confidence more recently, I see what that does. And I do it in a very different way. Like I don't do it in a journal. I don't do it in any of those capacity. But like to me, like gratitude for myself is posting on socials like, yeah, I'm fucking good at this. Or yes, I dev edited the fuck out of this manuscript and I'm so proud of it. Or I'm hot today. Like I look hot as fuck and you look hot as fuck. Like that, those are my gratitudes.
Yeah. And I think that's more of like a affirmation.
Yeah. Affirmation.
Less of like a gratitude practice and more of like affirmations. Yeah.
But like that stuff, like that was my way of like getting through stuff. I don't know if I will ever get to journaling the way that you do. But yeah, I think watching you go from like before doing that to like after was like a big change. Yeah,
I think like when you start a business, you're like grasping at straws for just like finding some sort of like routine.
Yes.
Like I remember,
right like now.
I remember when we first like were full time, it was like waking up that first day and just being like, what do I do? What do I do? And so it was like it was good, like a good routine practice to get into.
Yeah.
But on the topic of like your partner going through it and like experiencing your partner going through it. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like that's going to be so different for everybody. I think like it feels like you feel helpless because it's like, like you can't pull somebody out of burnout and you can't outwork burnout. And so it's like,
that is yes.
It's like one of those things, like you kind of have to just like get out of the way and like let them work through it on their own, because if you try to force it, it's like a rubber band. It's like you can pull them so far, but then to a certain point, like you have to let go and they're just going to snap right back. And so I think it's just like, yeah, just like you have to be there for them as much as they want you to be. Like you can't insert yourself where you're not wanted. Not in a, that sounds so dark and so bad, but it's like, you know, like you can't insert yourself where like it's like you're just not gonna help.
Yeah.
And so,
and every person is gonna need something different. Like I am a person that's like not a touchy-feely person, not a work through things verbally. I mean, I'm a verbal processor, but like not when I'm that bad. Like, but like he knows like if I need to be right next to him or whatever. But like
I think it's maybe like a rule of or a philosophy of marriage is also a practice in ego death. Because it's like it's not always about you. Like it's rarely about you, actually. It's about the other person and the two of you together. And so like if your partner is going through burnout, like it can't be about you. Like you just have to like kill your ego for that period and be there when they want you to be there. Bring them a glass of water and just wait it out. Like let them work through it. And if they can't work through it on their own, then they should tell you. Like that's, there should still be like a healthy communication path there. But yeah, I think it's like you have to die to yourself a little bit in certain things. And I don't know, maybe that's just speaking from our experience. Like I don't want to put a blanket over everybody's marriage ever. But at least for us, I think like because we are together a lot, we spend a lot of time together in professional and personal capacities. And so like, you really have to like set the perspective of like me aside.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's like for a lot of things, like even just like separate from like burnout, whether it's like a mental health thing or whether it's whatever, like if your partner is going through like depression or anxiety or whatever, like you have to know like that has nothing to do with you. And I think that's a hard thing. I think we both have had to like figure out.
Yeah.
Because I think we both have experienced it at different times, luckily at different times. But I think like we both have had to figure out like, oh, this has nothing to do with me. And I am here for whatever I am needed for, but I cannot be in this conversation. Like this has like, whatever it is, like you cannot put yourself at the forefront of it because it isn't you. And
it comes with a level of maturity to be able to tell your partner like, hey, I don't need you right now.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, to be able to hear that and
that.
accept that.
Yeah.
Like it's a serious thing. And I think it's like, it does come with a level of maturity.
Right.
You know,
we could not do that the first
Dude,
3
I
years.
couldn't do that the first 23 years of my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's like you have to be an adult about it.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to communicate like, hey, like I love you, but I can't have that right now or whatever, you know?
I love the two different sayings. The one is you make up 100%. You don't both bring in 100%. You don't both bring in 50%. You make up 100%, whether that person is at 0 and you are at 100 or whatever it is. You figure it out. But also I love the 1 + 1 = 11, not 2. And it's like, it's this abundance mindset, you know, it's growing and learning and building with your partner and not just like, we're here and we love each other. But like, what does that mean? Like, how is that going to like grow your lives together? How are you going to keep that love alive, keep the relationship alive, all of those things? Because I think it's really easy to get stagnant. It's really easy to, you know, just not like put in.
Yeah.
You know?
I think loving someone is easy.
Yes.
But the daily practice of love is what's hard.
Yes. And saying it's not hard, I feel like is it's not hard to love you. And I don't want to say but. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard to love you. Like, that is an innate nature of me. And we talked about the red string theory recently, but like, that is an innate thing in my body. Like, I love you. That is fact. There is no changing of that.
Yeah.
But how I show up every day, how I make sure that you're loved, how I think about extra things, like that kind of stuff, like, there's work involved. And it's not just an innate thing. You can feel like I love you innately. Yeah. That other person doesn't feel that innately.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's, you can feel that in yourself, but that doesn't mean that you're giving that to the other person in the way that they need to receive it, you know?
100%.
That's why it took us 6 years to figure out what your version of flowers were.
I forgot what it was.
You forgot?
Is it a drink?
No, little notes.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Your memory, dude.
Are you ready to do Goblin's favorites?
Yeah. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so. Okay. Thanks for being here.
And now it's time for Goblin's favorites of the episode. All right, we're going to do our Goblin's favorites. And in honor of Logan being here, we're each going to do a movie rec as well.
So I'm following a trend of your show.
A trend?
Yes. A trend of your show is that people do not follow the rules and only pick one book.
But also, I've never said that as a rule. But everybody loves to say I'm not following the rules. I've never said...
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I've never said you can only give me one book.
So I'm doing 2 books and a movie.
Beautiful.
So my first rec for Goblin's favorites is I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. Something I like to do is watch a movie first and then read the book. And this, I've seen online, this book actually gets, or the movie of this gets a ton of criticism for like being like a bastardization of the book.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't agree with the criticism. Like, I think the movie is amazing. It was written and directed by Charlie Kaufman, who I love. Yes. And it has Jesse Plemons and like it's like an amazing cast. It's like super fever dreamy and like it's really cool. And I think like I read the book after watching the movie, and like there are some things that are different.
Yeah. But
like I don't know, I feel like they complement each other really well. And I think I don't, maybe this is why people read the books before watching the movies, because there were certain scenes that like I was able to fill in gaps of like visuals from the movie, like while I was reading the book. And so, but I really like the book. It's very dark. It has a really dark ending. That is something that's different about the movie and the book. The book ends a different way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's great though.
Do you have a preference?
I think just because of my affinity for movies, I like the movie better. Sure. But like I said, I do love this book, and I think it complements the movie really well. Nice. And then my second book is Tender is the Flesh by Augustina Bazterrica. Butchering that last name for sure. She is I believe from Argentina. Winner of Argentina's Clarín Novella Prize. This book is insane. It is like dystopian, but not like Blade Runner dystopian. It's like basically all animal meat in the world has become compromised, and they can no longer continue breeding animals for human consumption. And so they start breeding humans for human consumption. Mm-hmm. And it is very dark.
Yes.
There is a romance involved. and that's all I'm gonna say. But definitely be warned. Like it's pretty fucked up.
You wouldn't classify it as a romance, though, right? Because classifying it, there's no happily ever after or whatever.
The book as a romance?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
There's like the main character. There is a romance involved with the main character. Like there is a romantic partner involved.
Got it.
That is like
it was really
incredibly taboo.
It was really interesting because that was your first time reading sex in a book, right?
Yeah, there was like a sexual encounter.
Yes,
yeah.
And you asked me to read it and say like, is this what you read?
Yeah.
No.
It's
not.
because
it's not.
It's very fucked up.
So interesting, like the level of sex that I read versus like it was very mechanical. Which makes sense for the plot and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting because that was your first time.
Yeah.
Like reading that.
Yeah. Really sick book. I've also read, I guess this is my third rec, The Unworthy by the same author. That one is very like also kind of dystopian, but more gothic. She's phenomenal. She really writes like just very very bleak futures, which I love, and I hate a happy ending.
Very different from me.
Yeah, they do not have happy endings. My movie rec is There Will Be Blood by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring the controversial but incredible Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, this is like my favorite movie right now. I'm obsessed with it. I did read the book that it's based on, Oil by Upton Sinclair. Not at all like the movie. They really took like the first like third of the book and did that and then threw away the rest. So if you like the movie, I don't recommend the book because I don't think you'll like the book. But yeah, I love the movie. It's like turn of the century, like early 1900s, oil baron. Guy discovers oil, and then there will be blood after that.
Sure will.
Fun fact about this movie, I love this little trivia piece. This movie and No Country for Old Men were filmed at the exact same time, like 50 miles from each other. And there's a scene in There Will Be Blood where one of the oil derricks catches on fire, and the smoke was so dense and so black from them filming that scene that it had drifted down where No Country for Old Men was filming, and they had to actually stop filming No Country for Old Men because the smoke was too dense. So pretty cool trivia. Yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson, awesome filmmaker, probably like one of, if not the like greats of our generation. If you haven't seen One Battle After Another, that just came out, I recommend that. Obviously Boogie Nights is great. He's just amazing. He does no wrong.
You're breaking a lot of rules. I want you to
I don't know how to stop talking about these movies.
Know.
Cool.
Sick.
That's my stuff.
Good job. Okay, my recommendation, I could cry. So today, that when we're filming this, is my birthday, but it's also the release of my anthology. So that was my recommendation today. These are 5 novellas, all different, varying ranges of spice, varying ranges of genre, subgenre, obviously all happily ever after, because we do love that over here. And yeah, they're beautiful, and I'm so lucky that they all kind of like trusted me with this. Also, thank you to our cover designer, our interior artists, our proofreaders. Yeah, just Thank you. I'm so excited. So the books are, we have Share the Night by Rain Tetra. We have Bound to Burn by Lena Kazik. We have These Bloody Blooms by K.R. Fryatt. We have A Heart Too Tender by J.A. Townsend. And we have Regrettable Regards by J.S. Jasper. And like, I just can't say enough good things. I hope you love them. They are so special to me. And yeah, those are my book recs. I do have a proof copy of Bound to Burn. I don't have my others yet. They're on the way. But yeah, they're so little and I love them so much. Okay.
It's been so cool to see you put that together. Like, because I've seen, like, the inception all the way through, like, to now. And I'm so proud of you for just, like, working really hard on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, yeah. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of nights, a lot of late nights, a lot of later nights. But yeah, it's so cool that, like, you're literally holding one in your hand today.
I know.
Like, that is the sickest thing ever.
I know. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. It's so crazy that I just, like, one day was like, hey, do you think this would be cool? Dude, we were at Luna Grill.
Were we actually?
Yeah, because that's when I sent the voice note to Emmy.
Damn. Man, that feels like forever ago.
Forever ago.
Yeah, it's been
a lot.
A long time,
and I'm so thankful for them. All of like some of my favorite authors ever. Like, I'm so lucky to have all of them a part of this. Yeah. And then my movie rec. This is Shape of Water, directed by Guillermo del Toro. I love this movie so fucking much. I am not a motion picture girly. Like, is that fair to say? I'm not somebody that watches a lot of television, not somebody that watches a lot of movies. My attention span sucks. And I probably will be on my phone while I'm watching something. Definitely don't rewatch stuff. I've seen this 4 times, which is like record breaking. Other than like Mary Poppins. I think Mary Poppins, Robots, Eloise at the Plaza, and this movie are probably... Oh, and Amelie, obviously. Amelie. That's my 5 most watched movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy lineup.
I know. that is an insane lineup, actually. Yep. Okay, anyways, I love this movie so much. It's really cool. I'm a big monster romance girly. And yeah, I just think it's really fun. I think it's really, like, unique and also just, like, it's really cool. Like, I think the actors did so fucking well. And I think what's even more cool is, like, the main girl, like, doesn't speak. And obviously, like, our monster doesn't speak as well. And so, like, the amount of acting that was involved in communicating without speech was so huge. Which is so funny because Amelie is the exact same way.
That's true, yeah.
Wow.
That's
like,
interesting. That would be a sick double feature.
Yes. The main characters kind of look the same too.
Yeah.
They both have like
the
weird.
Yeah, the bob haircut. Yeah, interesting.
But, like they both have to work so much.
There's
harder.
like a nonverbal.
Yes. Yeah. There is a nonverbal like way of communicating, and I think for whatever reason, which is so funny because that's my favorite Ruby Dixon book, Barbarian's Touch is she had a cochlear implant and then didn't. And yeah, so I guess I'm big on the miscommunication trope when it's like a speech involvement.
Yeah. That movie's so good too. That's a good rec.
I love. Okay, I think that's everything.
I think so.
Do you have anything you would like to plug?
Nope.
I knew it.
Go read the anthology.
Yeah, go read the anthology. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
See you, you fucking goobs.